Sometimes you just feel like you need a human being, a female human being, just to hold me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nneoma Odidi and I make videos about faith, love and general life. If you're yet to subscribe, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I put out new videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Alright, I'm sure you can see someone beside me who most likely looks like my husband. And you're wondering, does Yehuda have a new look or what's going on? Is this his twin brother? Well, your guess would not be far-fetched. This is my brother-in-law, Nneoma Odidi.
Nice to meet you.
Nneoma, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So I'd like you to tell us a bit about yourself. Yes, now like introduce yourself. Like, who are you?
Okay,
you're like a business tycoon or something.
That's all right. So my name is Nneoma Odidi. I am the third and youngest son of Venerable Martin and Fumi Odidi. Wow, about myself. Well, I'm a friendly person who loves friendly people, and part of my passion and the things that drive me is actually to bring out the best in people, to encourage people. I love to receive encouragement, so I also love to give out encouragement. Yeah, and just like my entire family, we find ourselves in one form or the other of ministry. So that's basically me, a friendly young man who loves to encourage people and who is engaged in church ministry. So that's it about me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. So for today's episode, we are actually going to be looking at the challenges and benefits of singleness. So I want to know, are you still single from the last from the last time, just in case anything may have changed?
I am still single at the moment, but I'm trusting God. I'm trusting God that in about 2 years' time, something good, not a relationship, I'm talking of a ring on the finger.
Oh my God!
Should have happened.
you have even gone ahead of me. Okay, but why are you single? Are you single because is it by choice or like you just haven't found the right person yet? Or, like, why are you single? Basically,
I think it's a mix of both. It's a mix of both.
Yeah.
By choice, and then also because I would say I haven't really found a person that has made me change my choice. Right now, I've used my time to focus on building myself up. I know that being a husband, being a father is way beyond what we see, surface level of what we see. I know that a man must build himself mentally, he must build his capacity spiritually, he must also build himself emotionally to handle things and truly be a leader. I did not mention finance, it's very important. Yes, so a man must have some amount of money and income coming in to be able to be a husband, be a father, and even be in a relationship. You know, for the relationship to actually work out, you must have grown in these aspects. So at this point, that's what I'm using my time to focus on. But it's a mix of both, by choice, because I'm trying to build myself, and then because I haven't really seen someone that has spurred me to rethink that decision.
Okay, I love that. So, have you ever been a third wheel? Like, have you ever been a third wheel?
Okay, please.
Okay, let me explain what I mean. Okay, like, have you ever accompanied or gone out with maybe a couple or two people who were interested in each other? Like, you went out with them. Have you ever been in such a position?
Let me see. Have I ever been in such a position? A couple? Well, you and your brother. Sorry, you and your husband.
Have you gone out with us?
I think I have. Maybe not necessarily on a romantic, you know, you guys are selfish. You don't have to carry somebody out to see people.
Oh my God.
Anyway, but that's by the way.
Yeah.
But like, let's say in a romantic setting, I don't think that has happened to me.
Not even romantic setting. Let's say just to go out and just have fun. Maybe you're friends with maybe the guy or even both of them. and then you just went out with them just to go and eat or something, just to go out?
Okay. If you say, let's say, people who are in a relationship,
Yes.
yeah, that happened a lot in the university. But let's say married couples.
Yeah. I was even talking relationship.
Yeah.
Anyone, relationship or married.
Okay, relationship. A lot of my friends back in the university days, would invite me to come hang out with them or take me out or stuff like that. Yeah.
So how did you feel? Like, was it awkward? Did you feel left out, or like you were just like, I'm cool, whatever the circumstance?
Well, to be honest, I was on fire. Let me explain what that means. So it's obvious. I'm sure you can see I'm a really friendly person. So no matter the situation, I know how to just get along.
Yeah.
So most times when I go out with a friend or a friend and his girlfriend or whatever, I can blend in very well, and it's usually very cool. I don't feel awkward at all. In fact, what even happens is that sometimes I notice that I'm so awesome that it'd be like, say, the guy's babe will be looking at me, and so I have to dumb it down a bit.
Wow.
I know, right?
Wow.
So, yeah. So, no, it's actually the opposite. It's never been awkward for me. I think maybe it has been awkward for the other guys. You're thinking, why did I bring this guy with me? Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I know that you said that it's by choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that you also you just haven't found the person that will make you reconsider that decision.
Yeah.
But have there been times where you've just felt like, okay, I need to be in a relationship? Like the pressure. Have there been times when you have felt like pressure? So if yes, I would like to know what caused that pressure.
Okay.
Have there been times, first of all?
Yeah, I felt that. And what led to that situation? Man, sometimes you just feel like, God, I need a human being, a female human being, just to hold me. Like, for real, for real, you know? And for us who are, should I say, I don't know how to put this. We know the right way to have, that you actually are permitted to have such kind of affection given to you is when you are in a relationship, or better put, when you are married. Yeah. So yeah, there are times where I'm like, oof, to be really nice right now to have a wife next to me that could just hold me and make me, you know, feel secure. Like, men also need that sometimes. But, well, I think that answers the question. There have been times like that. Let me see, is there any other situation where I'd feel like I need a woman or need to be in a relationship? I'm not too sure. Every other situation that may arise, maybe I need advice. I don't think I need to be in a relationship to get advice from a lady. I can just call her up as a friend. But majorly during that period where you just feel like, I don't say alone or lonely, but you feel like you actually need the physical presence of another person and not a man, because, okay, you get it? Yes? Yeah. But a lady. So those times, that's when I really just think, wow, it would be really nice to have a lady next to me, maybe a wife. Okay. Not maybe, a wife.
All right, okay. How has singleness been so far for you? Like, generally, how has it been? Will you say it has been awesome? Like, just describe it for me yourself. How has singleness been?
Singleness, wow. In one word, singleness has been a roller coaster, you know? A good roller coaster, not a scary one or a nauseating one.
Yeah.
But why do I compare it with a roller coaster? Because there are challenges that come, kind of like the topic, that come with being single.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should call it challenges per se, but pressures, better put, pressures that come with being single, that you actually need to have values and the grace of God, the Spirit of God, to be able to overcome them. But singleness for me has been really great. It has been awesome. I have time for myself to do what I want to do.
Yes, which I wanted you to answer that, because the next thing I was going to ask you is, okay, what are some of the challenges that come with being single? Yeah.
What are some of the challenges?
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, the pressure to break out of your, should I say boundaries? Not boundaries. break out of your own rules.
Yeah.
Certain rules that keep you in sanctification, right?
Yeah.
The pressure to break out of it and just let's loose.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the challenges, I could say. That pressure to let loose in any way or form that doesn't go with what you believe or your convictions.
Yeah.
I think for me, basically, that's it. Every other thing that comes with being single or being married, every other advantage that comes with being married, you can also achieve it while you're single, I believe.
Okay, so loneliness. Have you ever felt like, oh, I'm lonely because I'm not in a relationship? Have you ever felt that way?
No.
You have?
I've not felt that. I've not felt that I'm lonely because I'm not in a relationship. I've felt that I need a woman to hold me. And if I was in a relationship, if I was married, hey, I can't get it. I can't get it.
Yeah.
But then, lonely, no, not necessarily, because I believe that's why we have friends.
Yeah.
Your friends can fill in that space, It's good to have good and healthy friendships, when those pressures comes or when those feelings come, you can move over to your friends. And the amazing thing is that you can also have opposite sex friendships. Of course, you have to use wisdom.
Yeah, like please hold that on because I was going to ask you about that. Okay, but for now, I'd just like you to talk about the challenges when you're just continuing this line of thoughts. Okay, and then I'm going to come back to what you just said right now.
That's all right.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it. So
more challenges. Okay, let's see. Really, there's nothing else for me that I can think of right now.
But I liked what you said about having friends, who can help to basically fill in that gap before you eventually go into a relationship and get married. Okay, so what about benefits? What are the benefits of being single? Like, have there been any benefits? What are the benefits of being single?
A lot, actually. A lot, I don't believe in rush. I believe there are so many benefits. Let's start with the Bible, like Paul said, when you're single, you're not distracted. You can focus on a goal without having to think of dividing your attention between what you're trying to pursue and then also thinking of another person's own issues, problems, or how to just be there for them at the same time. That can be a bit tasking. You're focusing on something that you really want to achieve, you really want to get, but then there's another person that also has their own problems and they need you. That can be a bit tasking and tricky. So focus is actually quite important for me, and I see that as a huge benefit of being single. Then another benefit of being single actually is, it's kind of like focus, but you can truly press into God and the things of God without being distracted, When you're in a relationship with a person, it's beautiful, it's nice, but then there's also the tendency that what they do can affect your motivation, can affect how you feel, and most times we human beings operate or execute things based on how we feel. So today, if I'm not feeling good, I may not be able to execute or carry out what I'm meant to do because of how I feel. So when you're not in a relationship, you are almost totally in control of how you feel. There's no exterior force that can actually
make you not to
there's no exterior force that can affect your motivation and your drive. So that's very good for me. I appreciate that a lot about being single. Then money. You spend your money on yourself. It's not, and that's not being selfish. That's I won't say that's a selfish mindset, but you know that your finances are totally yours to handle and yours to enjoy. So if you are spending carelessly, you suffer alone. If you are using your money wisely, you chop it alone. Let me use that word, right? So you enjoy it alone. So that's for me is a benefit in a way, because I've come to understand ladies are wonderful creatures of God, but they are expensive.
Yes.
They are very expensive.
Let's not generalize. Let's say some.
No, all ladies are expensive. All ladies are expensive. See, I can feed 3 men for 2 weeks and I'll be okay. But give me one lady to feed for 2 weeks, I will spend like times 3.
Why?
Okay, let me
Do
give you an
women eat that much?
Not just about food, just general stuff, you know. Especially when you're in a relationship, it's not just food that she may feeding money that or allowance that she may expect you to give her.
Yeah.
She may also ask for
maybe hair.
Hair. That hair. See that hair. I was asking somebody how much is it to do dreads?
Yeah.
And they were telling me around maybe 6 to 10K. I said, wow.
Do you know that there are some people that will hear you and be like, that's cheap? Me, I was even expecting that it's like 15,000. How much do I pay to do four like fake locks?
Well, you know, I'm coming from a guy's perspective. Sometimes you can barb your hair 150, you can barb your hair 200, and before the hair will grow back, it will be like 2 weeks. So somebody will ask you for 6,000, and it's very, you know that they need it. You know, ladies and aesthetics and beauty and all of those stuff. Yeah. But wow, that's a lot of money. Jesus. So, that's just an example, Sha. But generally, if you're single, you can actually just steward your finances how you want and achieve your financial goals quicker, I guess, in some situations. Yeah.
Okay, I like now back to what you said, you know, when you were saying that I'm talking about friends,
that
you can have friends of the opposite sex. So I'd like to know, what are some boundaries that you feel like you put in place to ensure that, you know, that line between relationship and friendship is not crossed? That you don't send any mixed signals to the opposite sex, you know, I make them feel like, okay, oh, there may be something more to this this friendship or this interaction. So what are some boundaries that you put in place to ensure that that doesn't happen?
Well, for me, number one that I think is quite important is the words you use on another person. So endearment words, endearment terms. I know people feel it's generally okay to call people dear and stuff like that, but I don't even know how to do it. Even if I just don't know how to do it, and I'm using the example of dear, but there are other endearment terms, you know. I miss you.
My love.
Yeah, I was just thinking about you today. You know, you just make it so affectionate and so romantic unnecessarily. Exactly. I don't want anything. What's wrong with you? Like, what's the point of that? So endearment terms. Generally, I believe that. Well, for me, I don't use them. I don't use them in communicating. I just speak in a way that, you know, is totally platonic. Nice, friendly, polite. Still shows that I care, but that shows that I care, but this is how I care, and not how I care. You understand? So, one. Then number two, you see, constant communication can truly send a lot of signals.
Very true.
Constant communication. So, in as much as we're friends and all, I will not be calling you morning, afternoon, and night to check up on you, to know what's up, to ask you how did your day go, and to give you constant input on your day, your activities. I feel that is not meant to be for a single friendship. For a friendship, right? And even if it's meant to be, it shouldn't necessarily be with the opposite sex. It can be with the same sex. You can have as a guy, I can have a male friend that I can talk to when I need his input. He can check up on me. And for guys, we may feel, ugh, that's like weird, you know. Why should the guy be checking up on me? Guy, why did they call me like this now? But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I have a friend like that. So I speak from experience. It's actually very helpful and very beneficial. So that constant communication, I feel I don't engage in. I feel that can actually send a lot of wrong signals. You may be doing it innocently, but the person may start to be
affected.
Affected and growing fond of you. And the day you don't do it all the time, they will actually really feel that, should I say, emptiness, or like something is wrong. That void, right? So I don't do that in the first place. Then gifts are wonderful though. Gifts are nice, but there are some gifts that are over the,
like boxers.
No, there's a spending you will spend on somebody that
Kai. It's not as if the person was dying and they needed you to send them 1 million for surgery. That's very nice. But the person's fine. They're okay.
Yeah.
They have all they need. But then you go way beyond. I'm sorry. I don't know. You may disagree with this, but I feel this. Let me give an example. A lady has an Android phone. She's doing good. She has a phone. Yeah. She's doing fine. And then you as a guy, you just go and get her an iPhone 13. She will think, is this friendship normal? Because you know how much that is?
Yeah.
You know how much you will spend? I'm sorry. But like, you know, like the sacrifice it took.
Yeah.
If you are, let's say, very prosperous and wealthy,
yeah.
She may not overthink it. She may just think, oh, he's just being nice and he actually has the means.
Yeah.
But even still, she may consider, like, why did he find me? Like, should I say, why me among everybody to buy this kind of luxurious gifts? Yeah. So luxurious gifts actually can make someone rethink their status with you. Yeah. And especially if it's often. Yeah. So
I just wanted to add from what you were saying. I was like, that's actually how that's actually what made me think that this young man has interest in me. Like, this is not just friendship. The gift is not as if the gift was like that expensive, but just for the fact that you got me like a customized shirt, wrap, took me to a fashion design. Do you understand? He brought out the gift, wrapped and everything, like just the whole presentation and everything. I have to ask and say that, by the way, if you've not watched How We Met video, please check it out. But it made me say that, Kai, is this like, what's up? Like, why did you go to this extent? You understand? I just wanted to add to that you said about gifts and how gifts can send signal. Yeah.
So we're not saying don't get people gifts at all. Get them gifts. That's such a very lovely thing to do. But sometimes think about the weight of the gifts you're giving the person. Yeah. So that's another one. This may be contradictory to my person. I'm should I say handsy? I'm handsy. I like to communicate through touch. So let's say we're talking, next thing I'm smacking on your shoulder. Let's say next time I'm coming and I'm laughing on your shoulders, stuff like that. So it may be a bit contradictory, but at the same time I'm doing all of those things and I'm still being cautious of how I'm doing it and who I'm doing it with. But there's something about touch that really has a strong effect on both parties involved. So if it is used unduly and carelessly,
frequently, too much, I guess.
Thank you. Yeah, frequently too much. It can actually send in a wrong signal or message to the person. So for me, I hug once in a while if it's necessary, but I find it awkward or unnecessary to hug every single person. So I know what a hug can do. A hug is a full body contact. And nowadays, most young guys will be saying stuff like, I don't used to shake, I only hug. And then when they want to hug, it's not going to be just like, let's say, a brother. It's going to be a bear hug. Hold you.
Oh my God.
So, you see that kind of hug? That kind of hug, no. It's not for everybody. It's meant for somebody. So I don't do that personally. I don't do that. I don't engage in hugs so much, and unless I feel it's going to, maybe that's not the perfect time or perfect place to let you know, but I let a lot of my friends know, opposite sex, that I think I prefer to shake or whatever. But that doesn't mean I don't hug. In case you see me outside, I do hug, but on certain occasions and for certain reasons. So some aspects of touch can send the wrong message to a person. Now, I'm not talking about touch like kissing or caressing, because that's way overboard. But even just the seemingly innocent touches, that's it. Then I think that's basically it for me. Touch, endearment terms, gifts, and constant communication. That can actually send in some wrong signals if they are used misappropriately.
Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you. I feel like you've just given like a part 2 of a video I did. The one of my first videos, boundaries with friends of the opposite sex. Even that was like when you are in a relationship. So this one is even when you are single. I think those are some of them I haven't even thought about them. Maybe like that gift one. I don't think I've really thought about that. Maybe for single people. Yeah, but those were some nice boundaries. I think this may be my last question. Have you been in a situation whereby a friend mistook your actions towards her? Why do you are you in a situation like that where someone like misinterpreted your actions as romantic when you only intended for them to be platonic? Yeah, have you been in a situation like that? And if yes, how did you handle it?
I've been in plenty situations.
You've been in
like
plenty.
That. Plenty. University days, you know, first year, second year, maybe even first semester of third year. It was around my second semester of my third year and 400 level that I started to realize that I have to reduce some of the things that I thought were just innocent or just normal.
Yeah.
When I started to see how certain ladies were responding.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, let me see if I can give an instance and use that instance to see how I actually got out of that whole situation and let the lady know that I'm so sorry, this was not what I actually intended. Yeah. What led to that? The exact same things that I'm saying you should not do. Yeah. Like I said in the beginning, I'm a very friendly person, and most times, I don't want this to sound cliche, like, you know, I can give my all and go out for somebody, but really, like, if I feel that you need it and I actually feel that this friendship is a good one that I would like to sustain, most times I could go to that extent, you know, and it doesn't really take anything from me. It's part of my makeup, so it's very easy to call and check up on a person, to get somebody a gift, to be nice. Now, I never use endearment terms. I remember I said that. Yeah. But then the way I used to talk, even though I don't use endearment terms, I will look into your eyes and I'll tell you, are you feeling okay today? Oh my God. Know? And then I also used to use touch. I still use touch. Yeah. And then I'll hold you, not on your waist though. Yeah. Hold you on your shoulder, like stretch my hand out, look you in your eyes and be like, are you sure? No, tell me, talk to me. What happened?
Ladies, that's such an easy way
you
to
know,
just get a lady to join.
And I used to just feel like, no, I just want to communicate that, see, I care, and that, you know, you're not alone. I used to think that's what I'm communicating, though. Yeah. I don't know that some people, they don't just see it like that. So, when I realized that this one, next thing she see me with another lady doing the same thing. Yeah. She will withdraw, show some form of jealousy or anger. Yeah. I say, wait till be this one now. Yeah. So when I started to see that, and then when I started to see that, you know how they will subtly let you know that they have expectations. Yeah. And now, like, you have not called me, you have not spoken to me, or they'll ask you for some things, and in your mind, like, because of why are you asking for this kind of thing now? Yeah. You don't need it in this situation. You know? Yeah. So I started to realize that, wait, it's because they are already thinking that there's something going on between the both of us. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, this has to stop. So I started to reduce them. Now, how did I get out of such a situation when I found myself in such a situation? There were some that I had to just plainly tell them. I'm sorry, but...
that must have been heartbreaking and embarrassing.
No, nah.
For them.
One or two that just refused to get the other signals, the other signs. When I started to withdraw, they are not understanding, no. So I just said, the only way is to be blunt. Yeah. Hey, so, I hope you know we're just friends. You know that kind of thing. Oh my goodness. See, if you're one of them and you're watching me, forgive me. I'm so sorry. Others, the way I did it is I just started reducing, some drastically, some not so drastically, depending on how hard you were coming at me. Yeah. And I was like, whoosh. So some I may have had to cut out communication drastically. This may seem harsh, but well, that's what I need to do. Maybe ignore ignore calls, you know, and deliberately not return them. So maybe you may call me today, I may ignore it, sorry. And not return it after a day or two. And then I kept on repeating this cycle so that it would gradually sink in that, okay,
this kind of care and concern that I thought this person had for me really isn't really that I thought.
Yeah.
So I did that. Other stuff is one, I was not returning calls. Two, I was not calling. I was not calling on my own part as much. When we met and we spoke, all of that, how you doing, all of those kind of things, I just reduced it. I became official but friendly. Always friendly, you know? I mean, I'll speak to you just like, sometimes even like how I'll speak to a guy. How far now? What happened now? You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I stopped being so, what's the word, affectionate and mushy in communicating.
Yeah.
I felt that that's how you need to talk to girls.
Yeah.
And sometimes you may need to talk to them like that, but you know, every single time. So you're hammering.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. So I stopped doing that. Majority of the times I was just very official with the gist. I reduced communication. Most times I used to go out of my way to spend on people.
Yeah.
You know, let's say I'm going to buy a snack, let's say burger, whatever. I'll just think of one of my friends. Yeah, who can I buy for too? And then I'll just buy and call them. Hey, you know, I was just thinking about you, so I got this for you. And so it was a normal pattern for me.
Classic trap for
guys that like food, especially the university, you know. So I stopped all of that. Yeah, I'll still get you a gift, or if I feel maybe I should get you, or maybe on a birthday, but on significant events that you will not think otherwise, like your birthday. You're in the hospital, I can buy you fruits.
Yeah.
If you're thinking something else, may God have mercy on us. So that's how I got myself out.
All right, thank you so much for answering those questions. Like, you've answered them so well. You have been an interesting guest to have. You know, I would do say that, honestly speaking, like, if there's something now, forget about honestly speaking issue and everything. Like, if there's something that I would say admire, I feel like you are living a single life that I feel like, I'm like, did I ever live like this? Like, did I live like this? You have friends, you go for shows, like occasions, you are friendly, you have a male, I don't know if I call him best friend, male best friend.
A male bestie.
You know, like, you are able to rapport. And I think that's because, as you have said, you are like a friendly person, you know, and I think that's something that I can benefit from. You know, like, it's not easy to stop acting how you have been acting, but I honestly can say that I do admire your single whatever journey and everything. You know, sometimes I just hear you like praying and everything. I'm just like, oh wow, like, yeah. So thank you so much. I've truly enjoyed the conversation. You've been honest. As the show says, honestly, you know, even there are some things you're going to like, oh, that was brutally honest.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but thank you so much for making out the time to come and do this. I truly appreciate. I'm grateful, and I'm sure the people watching, they have enjoyed the conversation. So, welcome to the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed it, you know, please let us know your thoughts and your comments in the comment section. And if you have still not yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever new videos come out. And until next time, I remain your host, Nneoma Odidi, and this is
Nneoma Odidi.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.